Interesting, it does have a slight warp in it. It's because I didn't clamp it, see? Okay, well, I'll have to attempt to get that out when I temper it. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Second temper done. Right, what I'm thinking about doing, I don't know if you can see that, there's a line anyway coming down there. And I want to leave this exposed, so I'm going to cut this around. This will remain exposed. I'm going to dual it, and then eventually obviously you're going to see the pin through there. Well, good morning. Today's tomorrow. You've just seen me heat treat this knife, and mistake number one. What I always do when I heat treat a blade is to clamp it in the vise between two bits of angle iron. Because I put all that crap on there trying to create a hamon, I couldn't do that, and what happened is it warped. It's still got a warp in it now. I don't know if you can see it or pick it up, but it's warped from about here down, and it's got a fair curve on it. Now I tried in the temper process to pack it out, clamp it in and try and bring it back, but it just wouldn't do it. I did get it a little bit, but it's not enough. So I clamped it in the vise again and put the torch on it and tried to bring it back that way, and it just wouldn't have it. And I think what I've done is ruin the heat treat in here. So I'm going to heat treat it again, forget about the hamon, and clamp it in the vise like I normally do and get a nice straight blade, which is really important obviously for a friction folder or any folding knife. Alright, now while that's coming up to temperature to reheat this, mistake number two, trying to get this done meant that I had this round the wrong way. So you can see here that this attaches on there and all of these holes line up. The holes won't line up. The top one does and the bottom one does, but these two won't. Why? Because I had it round the wrong way when I started drilling the holes. So that, no good. Same as that. Alright, now I've got another idea. And just for the fun of it, I've got some plywood. Yeah, plywood, you might think, just a crappy material. Well, yes, it is actually. Because it's a prototype, I thought it'd be a little bit of fun if I use it, find out what kind of finish I can get, and I'm going to make a green dye and dye it green. So I can't get it hot enough with propane gas. I'm going to have to go and get some matte gas. That is fantastic. That is perfectly straight. So this is at its 2 temper cycles, 400 degrees for 1 hour twice. And it is dead straight, which I'm really pleased about. So now I've got to put it on the surface grinder. So here we go. This is the first rough fit up. It was a lot of hassle, a lot of things to overcome, and I just couldn't keep filming it. I turned the camera off and just got it all to this stage without worrying about filming it. But I just wanted to get it together, and I wanted to get it to a point where I knew that what I was doing was going to work okay. And so I'm very pleased with this so far. Probably should be a little bit longer, that tab there, but you know, it's working really well. I like the design. So now I've taken it apart. What I didn't like is countersunk that. It doesn't go all the way through. So this screw stops about 1 millimeter from the bottom of here, and that holds this scale onto this liner. I don't like it because, yeah, it seems like a good idea. It holds it all on at the same time, but I don't like it because I don't feel that it gives me a very strong fitting. Okay, these are the little tiny standoffs that I was using. That means I've got to cut these down. Once I cut them down, then these screws are also too long and they butt into each other, so I've got to grind them down as well. Yeah, once you grind them down, they become a little bit problematic. It's a bit hard to get them screwed in there because the thread's probably a little bit damaged. So anyway, I got really fed up with it last night, and so I opened up these holes. I went with this. This is 6mm thick. It's got these little screws. It's certainly something that I feel is a lot stronger. The other thing I could do is take these out, and when I'm ready, put a back spacer in there and just drive a pin through it and pin it over, and then just glue the scales on here. And the thing with that is this will still be exposed because that's the design I'm still going to go with. So at the moment, that's the #1 plan. Is that what I do? I reckon that's what I'm going to do.